there. When you send your application form, your CV, your resume, yeah, there is an adding value, which means you are qualified. Number 7, you stand out in the job market, the job application, because you have got the skills, the knowledge, training, and certificates. So you are special, you are unique. Number 8, it's rewarding. Teaching is a noble job. The teacher is or was about to be a prophet. Number 9, do charity work. It's not only for money, but there are some people need help. You help them for free. Okay, improve someone else's life. And number 10, get international work experience on your resume. Okay, so no comments so far about this one. All right, so as we start. All right. Please, I'm still waiting for the other speaker, Ms. Islam. If she joined us, she has to contact me to start the session, to join me. Okay. All right. Good. The next slide. Now, so let's start here. There is a question. Answer these questions if possible. Discuss your answers with other trainees. You can just answer in the chat box. Number 1, how many languages do you speak and how did you learn them? Tell me, how many languages did you speak? Or sorry, do you speak? Can you write in the chat box? How many languages? 3. Jbani 3, Hamza 3, Ines 5. Wonderful. 3 languages. Asma. Okay. 4. 3 languages. I learned 3. 5. Umayma. Wow, that's wonderful. Okay. 4. Rashida. Nabila 4. Okay. Umayma 4. Asma 3. 4. Kautar. Rima 4. Jawad 3. Wonderful. Okay. Rashid 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me too. I speak only 3 languages. English, French, Darija, not Arabic. I'm not good at Arabic. Darija, okay. I can speak Arabic fluently. Okay. Do you agree with me or not? Yes, but we speak Darija or Berber or etc. Tamazight, etc. Okay. All right, that's interesting. Now, the next part of the question, how did you learn them? How? How did you learn this language? Is it via watching cartoons or what? Can you write, please? In class, good. First mother tongue. In school, yeah, good. Movies, songs, excellent. Ines, yeah. Nordin, movies, I like it. University, yeah, all right. Studying in English center, yeah, English language center, that's nice. Good. Khawla, French from my parents and school, yeah. Jamal Ghamdi, university, all right. School, Asma, all right. By myself, thank you, Jawad. All right, that's nice. Good. Now, number 2, did you learn English in the same way as you learned the other languages? Did you learn English in the same way as you learned the other language? Quickly, can you write? Quickly, write in the chat box. No, no, yes, If yes, how? If yes, how? All right. Yeah, I learned English from school, okay, Hasna, okay. The same types, Sukaina, good. English communicatively, Jubani, approximately, I use picture association techniques, wonderful. Yes, yeah, good. Now, number 3, what are the differences between learning a language naturally and learning it in a classroom? You can learn a language naturally or in a class. So what's the difference? Just can you guess? What's the difference? These are very important questions, okay. English is my favorite language, okay. Naturally, you don't need to pay close attention to grammar. All right, that's nice, Jubani. Naturally, probably will be informal. Okay, Sukaina. Salman, acquiring and learning. Excellent. Very good, two terms, keywords. Yeah, the difference in the quality. All right. Learning language naturally. Khawla, good. Formally, Amal. All right. Naturally, yeah, the best way to deepen, okay, your language skills. When you learn a language naturally, you can speak it well. Interesting. Good. Interaction with others, Fuad. Perfect. Yeah, very nice answer. Number 4. Is it possible to teach yourself a language successfully? Is it possible to teach yourself a language successfully? What do you think? Yes or no? Is it possible? Sumaya, Rashida, yes. Yamni, yes, sure. Khawla, Yahya, Marim, yes. Sumaya, but. Yeah, there is but. Good. It's possible. Farid, Zinab, yeah. Huda, yes. Yes, possible. Asma, Badi'a, Rumaysa, very good. Yes, you can. Okay. Is it possible to teach yourself a language successfully? Yes, but my question, do all students learn the language by themselves or by their teachers? Say, teachers or by themselves? Please write, teachers or by themselves? Both, teachers, both, teachers, both teachers, both teachers. Excellent. Which means that it's very hard to learn the language successfully by yourself. It's very hard. You need help sometimes. Yes. That's why very few people who could learn it by themselves. Do you agree or not? Excellent. Bin Ramak, we need a guide. Yes, Fatima Zara, yes. All right. Yeah, agree. Yes, Ines, Rumaisa, we took the basic from teachers. Good, then we continue. Perfect. All right. Interesting. Next, number 5. Do we all learn the same rate? If not, why not? Do we all learn the same rate? For example, do we all learn a language in 3 months or 4 months? Is the same or no? If no or yes, why? No, it depends. Yes, Jawad, no. Nabila, no. Okay, Halima, no. Rashid, no. Yes, Fuad, no. Perfect, thank you, no. Which means that in the coming slides, when we will talk about the approaches and methods, we are going to teach different learning styles. Please write this one. Teaching different learning styles. Teaching fast learners. Teaching slow learners. Teaching mixed ability learners. So no. Okay. Good. Number 6, what are the characteristics of a good language learner? Now we are going to focus on the learner. What is a good characteristic? Or the characteristics, the features of a good language learner? Can you please write in the chat box? Is autonomous learning. Thank you, Widad. Nabila, yes, good listener. Ramak, good. Curiosity, Ines. Huda, curious, good. Speaking unconsciously, Sumaya. Nordin, motivation. Umayma, autonomous learning. Patience, Khansa, good. Umayma, autonomy. Reading a lot. Okay. Gal Wafa, yes, critical analysis. Very good. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, learners should be independent. We have to encourage autonomous learning. Please write this one. Autonomous learning. We need autonomous learners. They should not depend 100% on the teacher. I am not the spoon feeder. I'm not going to put the information here inside his mouth. I'm going just to guide, to push him, and he or she should learn the language by himself. Pushing him, guiding him is the most important. Okay. Number 7, why do some learners find it more difficult to learn a language than others? Some students find it quite easy or easier, while others difficult. Why? What do you think? Teacher is the facilitator, all right? Feel shy, good. Some students are shy. perfect, I like it. They are not motivated, very good. Multiple intelligences, excellent. Lazy, different learning styles, perfect. Slow learners, okay. Amal, motivation and multiple intelligences, yeah. Slow learners, Umayma, good. Basic rules, Rashida. Karim, there is no feeling of attention, good. Shy, Ramaka, Sadia. They get distracted, Miriam, good. The capacity of the mind, interesting. Yeah, Abd Kabir, multiple intelligence. Skills differ, Jawad, good. Nabil, determination. Wrong sources, Muhammad, good. And anxiety, Al-Jibani, Abd Samad, good. Self-esteem, Fatima Zahra, excellent. Interest, good. Badi'a, acquire Latin language, it's easy to learn English because nearly the same structure. Interesting. Lahsan, attitude towards the language, perfect. Negative attitudes, Hajar, wonderful. Lack of proactive motivation, Jawad, great. That's interesting. I liked all what you have mentioned. Good. Some students are shy. Yes, so they don't interact. They don't want to communicate. They want to participate. Then there is no learning. Some students are not motivated. Why? Because teachers are lazy. Some of you said lazy learners. I'm going to say lazy teachers. Teachers don't vary their activities, their materials. They don't use videos, songs, pictures. All the time, the whiteboard or the blackboard. Students feel demotivated, feel bored. So also the teacher can participate in this situation. Okay. Good. This is the last one, number 7. This is an introduction about the learner, the teacher, okay, how to learn the language, why, difficulties, etc. Now let's move on to the next slide. Here we have a situation, or sorry, methods and approaches. So number 1 here, or before number 1, there are lots of different methods and approaches to teaching, but no single one is the best. Please underline this one. Never, ever listen to teachers who will tell you this is the best approach or this is the best method. There is no best, no perfect, no right approach or method, but we say it depends on what? It depends on the learner's age. It depends on the type of the lesson. It depends on the size of the classroom. It depends on the type of the lesson, the topic, the interest, etc. So there is no single one, the best or the right way. Some methods work for some people. If I'm teaching children, I'm going to use certain methods. If I'm teaching old people, I'm going to teach or to use certain methods. If I'm teaching large classes, I'm going to use some methods. If I'm teaching small classes, other methods or other approaches. So it depends. But the best, here we come to the best, is to mix. Why? To suit the different learning styles. Different learning styles. I'm not teaching first grade or 10th grade or university students. I don't say this. I don't say I'm teaching intermediate class. I don't say I'm teaching advanced class. I don't say I'm teaching beginner class. What do I say? I say I teach 30 students. I teach 40 students. I teach 35 students. So 35 students, different learning styles. We will see. Visual learners, auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, logical learners. So I have to vary. There is no right, no perfect method. Okay, is this clear so far? So the most important things to think about when you are deciding how to teach. Okay, is it clear so far? All right, thank you. So please, just neglect this term, the perfect or the right method. No. Okay, but it depends. It depends. This is my philosophy of teaching. It depends on the situation. It depends on the level of my learners. It depends on the age of my learners. It depends on the type of the lesson. It depends on the size of the classroom. It depends if it is morning class or afternoon class. In the morning, students are fresh. They may be active. In the afternoon, from 5 to 6, they may be exhausted. They may be very tiring. Do you agree or not? So even the class, morning and afternoon, can affect. So please just take notes when we are discussing. I really liked your writing in the chat box. Very interesting. Yeah, perfect. It depends on the teacher ability too. Perfect. What's the teacher's ability? It depends on the material. Yeah, that's why we say the level of students, variety of materials. Okay, good. Now, number one, what is the purpose of learning English? What is the purpose of learning English? If the purpose is to communicate, then the method you choose should facilitate this. If you are going to teach English for communication, then you choose a method about communication, like communicative language teaching. If you are teaching translation, then you can choose another method or another approach, like grammar translation method. You see, so it depends on the purpose of learning English. Okay. Number two, what works in a particular context if an idea is based on a particular context, the UK, USA, etc., then it might not work in a different context in Asia, Africa, unless it is modified. The context where you are teaching also affects on your teaching, and it affects on the learning process. For example, if you are teaching in Japan, so let's compare Japan with an African country, a developing African country. In Japan, if you don't use technology in teaching, students will not be motivated. Students will not be engaged because they are very familiar with technology in their everyday classrooms. Now, this teacher is teaching in Japan. The next month or the next year is going to go to a developing country in Africa. If you use technology, number one, you will have technical issues. Number two, students are not well equipped with using technology. So you have a problem. Now let's reverse. If you are teaching in a developing country, you will use a lot of the blackboard. If you go to Japan or to other developed countries and you use only the whiteboard or the blackboard, is demotivating for learners. This is number two. So what works in a particular context, maybe not for others. And there are many other examples. We will discuss them later. If you have any example, you can share with us in the chat box. Yeah, ICT culture matters. Yes, culture, very good. Now, if you are teaching in Muslim countries, Islamic countries, even Arab, if you talk about the boyfriend, the girlfriend, in some countries, they may not like this idea. They may not like it. Okay. I still remember I was teaching how to date or how to go for a date. And I was thinking a lot at home, how can I teach this lesson? And I'm going to teach Moroccans. Oh my God. I was in a difficult situation. How to date with another person. As if I'm a bad teacher. I'm going to teach them bad values, okay, that is considered in Moroccan culture. But this is for other cultures, it's something very common. It's very common for Americans, okay. But in Morocco, there is a problem. So I was thinking about this one. Then I start with the purpose. What is my purpose? Is to teach. And I told my learners from the very beginning, today, you are going to learn. You are going to learn the language, but not you are going to learn how to implement dating. And they start having a lot of fun. I said, please, I'm not going to teach you to implement these, but I'm going to teach you to improve your English. Then we negotiate this and they understood the situation and the lesson was great. So in our situation, what do you think? Is going to be a difficult situation or? Okay, Amal said, very good. Can't introduce strength, something strange like tramway for countryside students. Perfect, it's a good example. Yeah, Sarah, teaching certain language requires purpose. Yes, interesting. Sure, yes. Yeah, Fatima Zara, you have to mind students' attitude. Interesting, perfect. Good. Yeah, so start, what is your purpose? Is to teach the language. And students should learn about the language. All right, that's interesting. Now, what suits the teacher and his or her style? And here we talk about the different teaching styles. We talked about learning styles, now the different styles. I give you an example. What happens for novice teachers? Sometimes as a novice teacher, you are visual because you learn things using videos, using diagrams, using tables, okay? You all the time want to observe, you want to see. Now, you become a teacher. What happens? You forget yourself and you start teaching using your own style, which is visual style. But in your class, you have different learning styles. If you teach using all the time pictures, videos, diagrams, you will deprive the other learning styles. Now, as a teacher, you have to forget about your style. And your job is to satisfy, to meet the needs and wants of your learners, to satisfy the different learning styles. You see my point? Is this clear? Some teachers all the time use just the whiteboard, writing, no pictures, no music, no videos, no diagrams, no tables, because they have got the verbal style or the auditory style. But in fact, when you are teaching, you have to meet the different learning styles. Yeah, any comments so far? Yes, Karim, you need to choose the effective way. Good. Asma, Asma, but people are different. Some are visual learners. Yes, so different styles, okay. Use different materials, different techniques. Okay. I like it. We should differentiate our teaching styles in classroom. Good. So Hajar, while designing your lesson plan, you need to mix activities. Perfect, based on different learning styles. To the point, I like it. Yes, Amal, diversity. Yeah, the class styles, perfect. Diversify the class styles, good. Amal, you have to vary your learning style or teaching styles. Great. So the key word here is to vary your teaching styles to meet the learning styles or the learning needs. Good. Now, so let's start with the grammar translation method. The first method, grammar translation. I want you to give me just one word about grammar. What do you know about grammar translation method? Can you write in the chat box? What do you know about it? GTM, grammar, yeah, good, old, it's very old, traditional, good. It focuses on accuracy, very good, Imad. Okay, Ben Ramaq, GTM, grammar translation method. Teacher base, very good, Farid. Hajar, mother tongue, excellent. Nabila, translation, perfect. Ahmed, it depends on translation, very good. Using mother tongue. Okay, Huda, it facilitates the learning process, interesting. Grammar rules, Jabani. Translation, Kareem. Accuracy, Yemeni. All right, Kautar, mother tongue. Rules and the tongue, very good, Rashid. Ben Ramaq, total response. It depends on the native language. Perfect, Khawla. Authority, Jabani Abd Samia, good. Focus on grammar, interesting. So let me show you. Yeah, you have got an idea about it. Thanks. Now, So grammar translation method, number one, it's very old. Is an old approach or method, is a traditional method. It's number one. Main features and techniques. Number one, learning through memorization. You memorize of the rules of the traditional grammar and long list of vocabulary items. The teacher gives you a long list and helps you to memorize. It's number one. Memorization of what? Of rules and words. Book, pen, classroom, teacher, desk, table, book, notebook, eraser, rubber, a lot of words. Okay, then memorize them. It's number one. Number two, the main technique, translation, book, in Arabic, kitab, pen, in Arabic, qalam. Okay, so translation from and into the target language. Another technique, memorization, number one. Number two, translation. You translate the words. Number three, no use of the target language. You don't use English. If you are teaching English, you focus all the time on translating the words. So no use of the target language, no emphasis on speaking the target language. Speaking is neglected, or listening. So speak and listen are neglected. The focus is on writing, translation, writing words. Okay. Number four, use of literary passages as good models to analyze and translate. They give them literary passages, texts. Number five, grammar is taught deductively. And here we will see what's the difference between deductive and inductive. What's the difference? Can you write in the chat box? The difference between deductive and inductive. What's the difference between deductive and inductive? Can you write? So starting by the rule, then examples. Okay. Very good. Pronunciation is neglected. Deductive, it gives the rule. All right. Interest and inductive to induce the rule. Good. So inductively, grammar is taught deductively. I give an example. I'm going to teach simple past. Simple past. Okay. I will start with the rule number one. So the simple past of regular forms is verb plus D. I'm going to start with this in the whiteboard. Just 1 second. I'm going to share with you my so this is the board. When you write, you say the simple past, you write it like in the board. The simple past is verb plus ed. So what is this? This is the rule. You start with the rule. Then you give them examples. I played tennis. So this is grammar translation method. The simple past of regular verbs is verb plus ed. Play, played, study, studied, watch, watched, wash, washed, etc. And then you write the examples on the board. This is what we call grammar translation method. Now, my question, the role of the teacher and the role of the learner. What do you think? What's the role of the teacher and the learner? Can you write in the chat box? The teacher is centered. Very good, Japan. Yes. Yeah, authority. Yeah, there is authority. Yeah, teacher, self-centered. Teacher has the power. Perfect. I like it. So here we can say the teacher is active. The learner is passive. The teacher is active. The learner is passive. All right. Good. All right. So sometimes the teacher has authority. I like it. The teacher is or has the authority, has power. The teacher is the boss. Okay. Good. Let me stop this whiteboard and share again the presentation. Now, so grammar is taught didactically, that is by presentation and study of grammar rules, which are then practiced through translation exercises. Now, what do you think? Is it a good method or not? Can you write good or bad? Can you write, please? Bad, it depends, bad. Bad, it depends, not effective. Good, good only for beginners, it's bad. Thank you. Please go back to the first slide. There is no perfect method or approach, but it depends. I give an example. If you want to learn about writing, I'm a translator. I want to improve my English skills. I don't need communication, speaking, because my purpose is writing. I'm going to search for a grammar translation method teacher. If my job is to take the entrance exam, you know the entrance exam, you don't have interviews, you have only writing exams. So I'm going to focus for grammar translation method. You see my point? So it depends on the learner's interests and purposes. Good. Example, a new structure is given. Present continuous explained in the student's native language. The present continuous, I am playing. In Arabic, أنا ألعب. So you are given, okay. And you are given the structure. It's verb, it's be plus verb plus ing. Then you explain it in the student's native language. Then students repeat, translate into their mother tongue. And again, another technique is translation again. Number 6, teacher's role active and student's role is passive. This is grammar translation method. Okay, good. Now, the next method, the next one is the direct method. Good. Now, again, what do you know about the direct method? Can you write some? What do you know about the direct method? No idea, no translation. Okay, focus on drilling. Okay, Fuad, talk without using translation. Natural method focuses on communication. Halima, good. Yahya, no idea. It is based on teaching the target language. Good. There is no translation. Enhanced communication. Mother tongue is not used. All right, good. That's interesting. Now let's see. So number 1, classroom instruction was conducted exclusively in the target language. The grammar translation method, the focus is on mother tongue. The direct method, the focus on the target language. If you are teaching English, the focus is on English. If you are teaching French, the focus is on French. If you are teaching German language, the focus is on German language. Okay. No translation. It's like a contradiction. Okay, there's a contradiction between the direct method and grammar translation method. Number 2, only everyday vocabulary and sentences were taught. What is this? This is a book. What are you doing? I'm writing. So it is also focused on vocabulary and sentences. Using what? Using visual aids, using pictures. What is this? This is a pen. What is this? This is a smartphone, okay? So using visual aids and realia. Realia means bringing real objects. Number 3, new teaching points were introduced orally. There is a focus on speaking. Oral communication skills were built up in a carefully graded progression organized around questions and answer exchange between teachers and students. So grammar translation method does not focus on speaking. Direct method does focus on speaking. So grammar was taught inductively. Grammar translation method deductively. And this one inductively, which means the direct method starts with giving examples, which starts with context. They are teaching simple past. You give them a text. Read the text and tell me, where did Bob go? So Bob went to the beach. What did Bob do? Bob swam or went swimming. So you are creating context. Starting with examples, then the rule. For example, here, teacher showing an object. This is a book. What is this? This is a book. Another example, miming. To teach the present tense, miming. Look, I am walking. I am walking. The teacher is speaking. The teacher is looking. The teacher is listening. So you are miming, using your body language. And students repeat. Walking, repeat, walking, you, walking, all of you, yes, walking. So there is repetition. Number 4, use of gestures, miming, visuals to present grammar topics and vocabulary. If you want to present vocabulary, tall, you can do like this, tall, happy, okay, exhausted. So you are using your body language, okay. Number 5, focus on speaking and listening by repeating questions and answers as described above. Number 6, correct pronunciation and grammar were emphasized. They focus on correcting both pronunciation, it's speaking, and grammar for writing. Number 7, teacher's role is active, but students are also active. So it is teacher, learner centered approach. They are like partners, they are like friends, they are working together. But in the grammar translation method, there is no partnership, no partners. There is the boss and okay. But here, both are working together. Okay, any remark, any comments so far? Can you write in the chat box about the two? Is it clear? The two? Yes. So for the first one, there is no interaction between the teacher and the learner. But for the second one, there is interaction between the learner and the teacher. Perfect, yes. Yeah, Kautar, in this method, both teacher and students are active, good. Yeah, there is fluency and accuracy, interesting. Hashmi, Mariam, Linda, Smith, direct, inductive, translation, deductive. Perfect. Both active, yes, Karima, interesting, Fatima Zahra. Just take screenshots to save. Yeah, but it is recorded, okay. The session is recorded, okay. All right, so now let's move to the next one, number 3. Communicative language teaching. What do you know about communicative language teaching? Can you write again in the chat box? Can you write? Yeah, Linda Smith, excellent. Real life situations. I like the focus is on communication. Very good, Khawla. Badia, problem, correct students, 100%. Yeah, Nabila, focus on fluency and accuracy. Good. All right, Jbani, situational themes, communication, Hanan, good. Ikram, active learners, good. Sarah, Saeed, teachers are not as instructors, but rather counselor, very good. Yes, focus on fluency. Perfect. Badia, I'm talking of the direct method. Yes, I see your point now. Good. Interesting. Now let's see the communicative language teaching. Meaning is paramount. Meaning is very important. Context. Everything you want to present, you will not present it. If you want to present grammar, reading, speaking, listening, vocabulary, pronunciation, all of them you have to start with creating what? Creating context. It's very important. All right. Number two, I want to teach simple present or simple past or present continuous. I'm gonna start with context. It can be a dialogue, conversation, or a text. Number two, dialogues, if used into around communicative functions and are not normally memorized, they focused on communicative activities like what? Dialogues, conversations, role plays, problem solving situations, communication. Number three, I said this, contextualization, creating context is a basic, yeah. So meaning cannot be understood out of context. Students can improve their guessing skills. From context, they guess what's the meaning of that word, for example. Example here, if the new topic to teach is present continuous, the teacher will not mime the action of walking and ask, what am I doing? I'm walking. Instead, the teacher will show, say, pictures of her last trip and tell the students something like, I have pictures of my vacation. Look, in this picture, I'm with my friends. We are having lunch at a very expensive restaurant. In this other picture, we are swimming at the beach. What is this? Creating context and using visual representation, pictures. Okay. If you want to choose the present continuous, tell them, okay, I'm going, okay. Or the future, next weekend, I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go with my family. We are going to take the car, okay. This is creating context. Number four, language learning is learning to communicate. Language is a means of communication. Language is a means of communication. It's very important. And we involve learners in real communication. Sarah Smith, Smith said real life or real communication, very important. For example, you put them into situations, doctor and patient, real communication. When you meet the doctor, you are going to use the same expressions. Or in the supermarket, the assistant and the customer, okay. Number five, drilling may occur, but somehow, okay. So drill also, but there is no focus on drilling. Translation may be used where students need when students need or benefit from it. We don't translate unless we have no other techniques to use. So the last thing we use is translation. And the first thing we use for grammar translation method is translation. Number 8, reading and writing can start from the first day. Reading and writing. Number 9, communicative competence is desired goal. We are trying to improve our learners' communicative competence. Is the ability to use the linguistic system effectively and appropriately. Number 10, teachers help. Who is the active? The learner. Who is the passive? The teacher. So the teacher guides, the teacher facilitates, the teacher encourages, the teacher helps. The teacher is not the spoon feeder. For grammar translation method, the teacher is the spoon feeder. Number 11, students are expected to interact with other people, either in the flesh through pair and group work or in their writing. Variety of interactions, individual work, group work, pair work. For grammar translation method, there is only one interaction: teacher, students, students, teacher, teacher, students. Okay, good. So please, I would like here to Ms. Islam to join me if she is with us here. Please just show me your hand. Okay. I know that there are many technical problems when we are using Zoom. Okay. Good. Now, as a summary for communicative language teaching focus on the 4 skills. Yeah, it focuses on reading, writing, speaking, listening. It is a learner-centered approach. It starts with giving examples, then the rule. It focuses on communicative activities, dialogues, role plays, conversations. The learner is the heart of the learning process. Everything as a teacher I'm going to do should suit the needs of my learner. Okay. Yeah. Any remark, comments so far before moving to the last approach? Yes, because we are going to focus only on 4 approaches or methods. Any remark so far? Yes, good. Yeah, it focuses on the 4 skills, the learner. Yeah, all right, interesting, good. All right, so far it's good, thank you. So let's move on to the last one, because I'm going to focus only on 4 approaches or methods. Total physical response. So what do you know about it again? What are the characteristics? Can you write in the chat box? TPR, total physical response. Use of body language, good. Commands, Jabani, perfect. Linda Smith, point 8, please. I don't get your point. Yes, sir. Smith, I don't get your point. So teaching by using body language, counter good. Amal, teaching in real situations, all right. Kinesthetic, teacher is passive while students are active. Non-verbal communication, Ines. Okay, the method stresses the importance of oral comprehension. All right, good, interesting ideas. Okay. So let's see. Total physical, the body, physical response. Now, we use the target language. Teaching English, use English. It is teacher-centered. The teacher is the boss, giving commands, giving orders. And it is low-stress environment. There is only enjoyment, there is fun. The teacher creates a fun learning environment. Please remember this. With total physical response, teachers create positive learning environment, fun. Okay. So monitor activity elicited by spoken comments. You give comments. For example, you can say tall, and students do like this, tall. Happy, students do like this, happy, they smile. So you are giving comments. Simon says, touch your head. They touch their head. Simon says, touch your nose. They touch their nose. Simon says, touch your eyes. They touch, yeah. So you just give orders or comments. Comments later given by learners to teach and others. Later you give them comments and then they use their body language. It's inductive learning, not deductive of grammar. No explicit grammar teaching. Extended action sequences created later. More advanced vocabulary and grammar. We focus more on vocabulary and grammar structures. If somebody just knocks at the door, stand up, for example. So here, the teacher uses body language a lot. The teacher gives comments, okay? The students listen and implement and follow. For example, I say, the plane, this is the plane, flies, flies. Repeat, they repeat, flies. The teacher drives, drives. Repeat, drives. Repeat, drives. So they repeat. And after that, you give them, you just mime. And they say, drives, flies, swim. You give, you mime and they speak, okay. All right, good. Now, let me show you a video and then you tell me about which approach or method this video is talking about. Let me share again with you. Just 1 second. Okay, just 1 second to share with you my screen. Okay, I'm going to share with you a video and you tell me about which, sorry, just 1 second. Where is it? That's all right. Okay. So do you see now? Let me share. Where is it? Okay. I'm trying to share the video, but it's just some problem here. Just 1 second, please. Okay, there is an issue about this one, but yeah, good. I'm going to fix this technical problem. Yes, now, please, I want you to tell me in your classes, what do you teach? If you are a teacher, which approach do you opt for? And if you are a novice teacher, what are the approaches you are going to focus on? Yeah, give me just 1 sentence. Yeah, what approaches or what is your favorite approach? I'm going to see. Yeah, just write in the chat box. Yes. So let me see. All right. So let me see nonverbal, CPR, and communicative language teaching Fuad, Sukaina, direct method, communicative methods. I will try to use them all. All right, good. So that's interesting. Yeah, so it depends on the situation again. It depends on the class size, the lesson, the type of the lesson, the level of learners, etc. Now, I'm going to share with you the video and I hope it works. You tell me, it's about 2 minutes you watch and you tell me about which approach or method the video is talking about. All right, so let me share. So let me see. Okay,
please stand up. Very good. And oh, I didn't say sit down. Stand up, stand up, stand up. And sit down. Very good, very good. Please stand up, stand up, stand up. Very good. Hey, can you show me how to walk? We walk like this. We go left, right, left, right, left.
Oh, you are going to watch this video for 2 minutes. Number one, what is the method or the approach? Number two, focus on the teacher's role, the learner's role, the interaction, speaking, reading. What are the focus? Which skills the teacher focuses on? Okay, so please, it's a kind of reflection. You reflect on interaction, the skills, the techniques, the teacher and the learner's roles. Okay, and the atmosphere. Is there motivation or not? So 2 minutes. Please walk.
And stop. Very good. Let's walk around. Are you ready? Here we go. Ready, steady, go. Let's walk, 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 and stop. And sit down. Very good, very good, very good. Please stand up, stand up, stand up. And sit down. And stand up, stand up, stand up. Very good. Please show me how to run. Do you know how to run? You run like this. Run, 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 run. Yeah? All right, stop. Ready? Let's run around the room. Ready? Steady, go. And run, 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 run. Run, run, run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, run, run. And stop. And sit down. Very good, very good, very good. And stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Very good. And sit down. And stand up. Very good. Can you please show me how to swim? Do you know how to swim? Swim like this. Yeah, you swim like this. Yeah. Are you ready? Let's swim around the room. Ready? Ready? Steady. Go and swim. 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 Swim quickly. Swim. 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 And stop. And sit down. Very good. And stand up.
All right. Good. So, can you please write in the chat box? Let's start one by one. The role of the teacher and the learner. Can you please write in the chat box? The role of the learner and the teacher. So teacher-centered. Very good, Bahia. So the teacher is the boss. All right. Good. Yes. Fatima, teacher-centered. Teacher comments. Good. Teacher Huda-centered. Linda Smith. Students, yeah, very good. Active. Yes, interesting. Very good job. Teacher-centered. Thank you. Very good job. Now the learner. The learner. What do you think about the learner? Yeah, passive is a follower. That's following the teacher's comments. Good. Number two, the environment. The environment, how is it, the environment? The classroom environment, what do you think? Yes, there is participant, full of fun, funny, comfortable, enjoyable, very good. Environment is motivating, which means, what do you think? Do you think it's an easy task to teach children or not, or difficult task? Teaching children is an easy or a difficult task? Easy or difficult task? It depends, difficult. Yeah, it depends. If you love children, if you love teaching, it's easy. If you don't know how to teach, if you are your classroom management is weak, you will suffer. It's difficult for you. It's all about classroom management and how to motivate your learners. Now, what about the interaction? Interaction. What do you think about interaction? Is it students, then teacher, students, or just teacher-student interaction? Yeah, Ahmed, mutual, yes. Good interaction, but all the time we have two. Teacher, students, teacher, students, students, teacher. Okay, that's interesting. Good. Now, which skill the teacher focuses on? Which skill? Yes, listening, speaking, vocabulary, communication. Yeah, it's listening. Students are listening. The teacher speaks, students listen. Then there is sub-skills, vocabulary. The focus is on vocabulary. Swim, fly, run. Okay, vocabulary. What are the techniques the teacher uses? The techniques the teacher uses in this method? Very good. Drilling, miming, body language. Yeah, that's interesting. So to mime, yeah, using gestures, body language, etc. That's interesting. Very good job. All right, so let's go back to the slides again. Yeah, here it's very difficult because we are doing like this, which means that you have to take a shower all the time. Okay, because it's as if you are training, you are practicing sports. However, you enjoy, you love your job, you love your kids. Okay, so it's okay if you are sweaty or something like that. Okay, but the most important to enjoy teaching your learners. All right. Good. Now I'm going to, this is the conclusion. Then we move, yeah, before the conclusion, we are going to move to practice. Let me show you the, okay, just 1 second. I'm going to share with you the practice we are going to work on. Okay, just 1 second. All right, I guess you know this game. It's Kahoot game. Okay, so let me share it with you. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. All right, just 1 second to share. All right, so let me share with you Kahoot game. It's a kind of practice, what we have learned today or studied today. So let me share it with you now. Can you see, please? Yes? Can you please see the? Can you please write in the chat box? Do you see my screen? Yes, I haven't got your chat here, your chat screen. Do you see, please, my slides? Yes, do you see? I can see your messages. Can you please text me if... Hello, do you see me? Yes, please do like this if you see my slides. Perfect, good. So let's play this game, okay. Okay, just 1 second. So let's start this game and hope it works. So let's okay. Yeah, it's uploading. So this game, let's see, we have, for example, let's use classic. Can you please reach or join? So use your smartphones and you will have the code. This is the code, please write. Write this one. www.kahoot.it. If you have internet on your phone, write www.kahoot.it. Then you will have use the code, the PIN. It is 490974. Please, I'm waiting for you. No player? By www.kahoot.it. You have 6491674. So this is Hasnan, good. Sam, Vidad, Mary, Sam, Paula. Good. Yes, Asma. Oh, just the girls, not the boys. Man. Huda. Ikram, yeah, just girls. Salah, very good. Salah, Abdul, I like it now. All right, Hajar, Linda. Okay. I'm very afraid. In the future, we will have a lot of female teachers, but it's a good job, okay? Mariana, Khansat, wow. Saad, Abdullah, Jad, good. Riyad, very good. Yes, we have 24. We can use this game with all even large classes, more than 100 students. Yeah, very good. Instead of practicing the traditional way, using the whiteboard or using the handouts, it's very traditional. Sometimes use technology. We prefer different learning styles, visual learners. Sumaya, Yahya, Alice, good. Khadija, Kaina, wonderful. Yamani, good. Mary, Fatima. All right, Fatima Zahra. Eight. Okay. So www.kahoot.it 64967. Good. So we start. Nabila. إيمان أجادير جواد جميل Lindush, Lindush, I don't know how to pronounce it. All right. Fatima, all right. 44. Just 1 minute and we start. Salman, yes, the winner of this game, will not pay for the certificate. Will get the certificates for free. The winner will get the certificates for free. So, just write your names, full names. So 45. Muhammad, Najwa. Okay, shall we start or no? Tariqa. Shall we start? Muhammad bin Addu, Asma bin. Okay, we am. شيماء, حبيبة, حسناء, عبد الله. Okay, the first one, the second one, and the third one will get the certificates for free. Will not pay for the certificate. So first, second, and the third. Richard, Nadia, Amal, Amal, good. Another good news. The winner will study for free 120 hours. TEFL certificates for free. The winner of this game will study for free. I repeat, for free. 120 hour TEFL course for free. It's a good opportunity, yes or no? This is like the chat box. What do you think? 100-hour TEFL certificates. It will be on July 17th for 23 days, every day, intensive course. Instead of studying it for 6 months, you study it only for 24 days. Okay. So the winner will study for free 120 hour TEFL certificate. So let's start, okay? Or wait for everyone to join. Yeah, I see some say let's, okay. All right. So let's start. Shall we start? Okay, good. So, yes, 70. Halima Tian, okay. I guess I have to start. Ramaka. So let's start. All right, good. Oh, yeah, still more. All right, I'm gonna start. Start. The more okay, so I'm gonna count. 10. This is what I do with my learners. 10, 9, suspense. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, 0. So let's start. Sorry. Okay. So if you click quickly, you are the winner. You quickly on the right answer, allowing learners to focus more on communication approach. It's about tone. Alright, so communicative approach. All right, so what's wrong? Game joining, okay. Kahoot. All right, good. Let me see. There was something wrong. What's the problem? So let's see first who is the rank. I mean, a lot of students participated here. Okay, just 1 second. So the answer first is communicative approach. So what's the problem? Open again. Yeah, there is I don't know what's the problem exactly, because I guess a lot of students participated, so it didn't continue. So next. So let's see here. Huda, Ines, Salah, Fatima, Hajar. Yes, but we need to continue. What's the problem? Yeah, there are still more questions. Let's repeat again. I'm sorry, we have to repeat the game. I don't know what's the problem. Maybe because a lot of students participated. So we have the game. Huda, okay. So there are 10 questions. Huda, Ines, and Salah. Okay, I'm not going to consider, so we have to repeat again because there are more questions. Can you repeat again? Approaches. Okay. I guess because of the large number, it didn't work, I guess. So let's see here. Okay, let's join again, please, again. The last time, I guess because of the large number. Yeah, let's give it a try again, the last time. So this is www.kahoot.it, and I hope it works again. Quickly. 70, I'm gonna stop. 70. And try to write your full name or family name. Because you may have email that you're trying to twice. Okay, still have 10, then we stop. 10 participants, 9. All right. So let's start. I'm sorry, yeah. So the first question is the same. But the first one to click on the right answer will get a lot of points. All right. Oh my God, the same problem. I don't know why. Yeah, the same issue. Yeah, maybe there is something wrong. Okay, maybe the number. Okay. All right. Good. So the right answer is communicative. So Jadwan, Sna, Hajar, Ines. Am I going to consider these as winners? What do you think? Because there are still 9 questions. Can you write in the chat box? Can we consider them as winners, or we should play it tomorrow, another game? I guess to be fair, we have to play it again. There are more games. Can you please write in the chat box? What do you think? All right. Yeah, see, I guess number 2. Yeah, perfect. It's working. Number 2. Yeah, I guess it's working. Yes, answer. It's working. So, which approach does not allow learners to use their native language in a language class? Direct method, communicative, or communicative language? Direct method. Next. Ines, good. So Ines, still number 1. Can you put it here? Rachel, yeah, Eunice, Hajar. Yeah, we give you only the 5th first ones. Okay, next. Good. Yes. It's geared towards learners whose main goal is to use English to communicate in the real world. All right. Quickly. Approach to use English to communicate in real words. Smith mentioned this, real life communication. Very good. Next. Oh, Ines, 4,000, 3,000, Hajar, Fatima, Milky, Hasna, Fuad, Al-Alwan. By the way, some questions have got more points, while other questions just few. Next. So learners must memorize grammar rules and vocabulary and translate large amounts of text into English, including critical response, grammar translation, communicative language teaching. 3-1. All right. Grammar translation method. Let me see the results. Fatima Mliki 6,000. Wow. Haja 5,000. Hasna 5. Fuad 5. Zinab 5. Because the other ones are still okay. We show only the fifth ones. Next. When learners of different levels from small groups that must complete tasks together. Product approach, cooperative learning, process approach. Yeah, this is group, small group. What is this? Very easy. It's cooperative learning, cooperation, collaboration. Okay, good. So let me see. Hajar, wow, 7. Hasna 7. Fuad. Fuad is coming, by the way. 7. Zinab 6. Sarah 6. Next. You have to click quickly. The first one to click on the right answer is the winner. Teaching grammar in which learners must discover the rules. Because here we start with examples, with contracts. Students observe the structure, the form. All right. Hasna, again, 8,613. I told you Fuad is coming, by the way. Is 8, Sarah 8, Alice. Wow, Alice is coming too. 8, Zinbud or Zinab, it's 8. All right, good. Wow, all of you have the same. 8,000. Wow. Teaching grammar in which the rules are given to the learner first, followed by examples and exercises. Direct method, inductive or deductive. Deductive approach. Teaching grammar with the rules is the opposite of inductive. Here we are talking about the direct method, the communicative language teaching. They start with the giving examples. Then the grammar translation method with the starting with the rule. Hasna, good. Fuad, Ali, Sarah, Zimbuz, yeah. Interest. So Hasna, 10,000. All right, good. Next. Still more 2 questions. Teaching writing in which learners are given a model and then asked to create something similar. Writing, there are two methods. Teaching writing as a process and teaching writing as a product. As a product, for example, if you are teaching email, from the very beginning, you give them a sample, an email. Look at this. What's the title, the greeting, the introduction, signature, the date, etc. This is product. All right. So let's see. Hasna, 10,000. Fuad, 10,000. Alice, 10. Zimbuz, 11. Ikram, Anzar, it's 11. Still 9 and 10. It's number 9. Teaching writing that walks learners through the stage of pre-writing, writing, the revision. What's this? Communicative. All right. Process. Okay, good. So we still have the last question. So just to clarify, the first one, the second one, the third one. will get the certificates for free. The first one will get the certificates for free, and he or she will study for free 120-hour TEFL course plus the certificate. So let's start. Hasna 13, Fuad 13, Alice 13, Zinab 13, Ikram 12. Let's see. Shall we start again? The last one. Are you ready? Steady? Good. The last one. Students hear dialogues and teacher gives comments, then students repeat it. Grammar, communicative, total, physical response. Sarah or Alice or Fuad or Zinab or who is the winner? So we will see, but you are all winners because you are learning. That's the most interesting. The winner is Hasna. Are going to get the certificate for free, and you are going to Can you please? Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, Hasna, can you please raise your hand? I'm going to give you the floor. Yes, where are you, Hasna? Are you here? I'm gonna search for it because there are a lot of students. So I'm gonna search here, Hasna. Hasna Ubaha, yeah, Ubaha no? Or Hasna? Can you please write a message? Okay. I can't see you here. Anyway, good. So this is the first session. You have 2 hours, all right? Good. Now there is practice. I'm going to give you a quiz and you have to work on it. Then you send, I'm going to share with you on WhatsApp group the Google Classroom code. I'm going to send you the code and then you write the exercise, you write the answers and you send them on the Google Classroom because you study 2 hours and 1 hour for practice. The practice will be about communicative language, about approaches and methods in teaching and learning. Okay, yes, any comments so far? Anything to add? Yes, because next or tomorrow, the session will be about how to teach grammar communicatively. So today we focus only on 4 most important approaches. Yes, Shibub, Asiya, yes, sir, please, what's the question? So Alice is the third, yeah. Who is the third? Who is Alice? So number 1 is Asma, number 2 Fuad, number 3 Alice. Who is Alice? Can you write your full name? Okay, so Awatif al-Baz, good. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So Awatif al-Baz, you are number 3, and Fuad number 2, and Asma, good. So you are, yeah, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Yeah, just to text my WhatsApp, you give me your full name so as to add you to get your certificates, yeah, by the end of this term. And for Hasna, she will study with us the 120-hour TEFL course, on July 17th. Okay, So I think that's enough for now. Any questions so far before closing the session? Yes, please. Okay, good. So before saying goodbye, let me share with you the conclusion. All right. So this is sorry, the conclusion. We must remember that learning how to teach, number one, takes time. So learning is a process. Don't teach passive voice, all the types in one session. You can divide them. Don't teach all phrasal verbs in one session, parts. Don't teach the reported speech types in one. So it takes time. Number two, takes practice. Whenever you teach, give them practice. And we say practice makes it perfect. And number three, which is very important, that learning is teaching and learning, teaching is an ongoing process. Learning is an ongoing process. We cannot learn overnight. You need time. You cannot teach effectively overnight. You need the time to practice and to learn how to teach. So teachers must be creative and flexible to make their classes lively and effectively. Lively, movements, fun, humor, okay, including a variety of tasks, different learning styles, variety, vary your materials, vary your instructions, vary your approaches. And topics can be a source of real motivation for the learner. If you are teaching kids, use colors, sports, animals, topics, etc. If you are teaching adults, you can talk about politics. You can talk about, if you are teaching girls or female students, you can talk about fashion, about music, etc. So the topic is also very important. It's also important to remember that you are teaching the learners, not blindly following the book or materials. Don't be a slave to the textbook, but you have to be creative. If you see that the textbook is not good, is not suitable, okay, for your learners' levels, change it, adapt it, bring other materials. The focus should always be on learning, and lessons need to be adapted to cater for the needs of the learners that are there, not some notional learner made up according to the curriculum or course book. And this is what we will see at the end of this course, that there is a module about textbook adaptation. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. Thank you for your motivation, your interaction, your interesting questions. So proud of you. So we meet tomorrow. Tomorrow again, we will share with you a new code. Okay, thank you. See you next time. All right.